What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about BCH versus Matic. Mr. Hat, this one's for you at the request of Mr. Hat. I copied and pasted the chart that you wanted me to do here. You said for all the history, but without volume, like this. Matic, didn't I get it without the volume? Oh, it's got the volume. Oh, so is it not all the history? Is it different? Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna copy and paste another one here. I'm not gonna restart the video. let's figure it all out together, guys. Let's do it. Here we go. Paste. I think I do like having all the history available. Maybe though, is it important? Is it important enough? I think so. Yeah, actually, we'll want to use this one. Yeah, I don't know if the volume matters too much. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, guys. We are talking about basically comparing Bitcoin Cash to Matic. You said, can I do TA on Matic itself? Either real fast on the same video or in a separate video. I'll definitely do it in this one as well. As far as fundamentals go, I think Matic has solid fundamentals. I mean, it's got better fundamentals going for it than most cryptos right now, mainly based in hype and based on use case and popularity. But that can fade with time. You know, there's plenty of coins that have promising fundamentals like Matic that fizzle out and become nothing, right? And we'll go over the Matic chart and just kind of go that. They're very close to market cap. Both are cheap to transact with. BCH could develop its own ecosystem in the future, while Matic has one, though it's less popular than others, and that's a good point, right? While BCH has been popular since it came into existence, right? To be fair, Matic has too, but BCH has been around for a little bit longer. And if that burns your ears, hearing that Bitcoin Cash has been popular since existence, it's been in the top 50 since it was born, right? And it's the scam fake Bitcoin, and yet it's seeing more use cases. It's one of the more accepted by merchant coins. Like BCH is accepted by more merchants than 99% of cryptos out there. Okay. It's actually used as a crypto for peer-to-peer transactions more than most cryptos are. Shout out to the Dragon Riders on that note. So yes, it is a popular coin, and it's remained popular its whole time. But you're right. What Mr. Hat was saying here, and I'm just reading it. I know you guys can't say it, but BCH could develop an ecosystem in the future, and that could make. I think what he's saying here, what you're suggesting here, Mr. Hat, is that Matic, that could make things like Matic, not just Matic, but things like Matic irrelevant, right? Because if BCH is popular, they have the same ecosystem, but BCH implements things that allow it to be a more robust ecosystem that is used, and it already is used probably more than Matic is, that could make something like Matic just completely unnecessary. Anyways, enough words. Let's get into this here. So I don't know if this high to low is proper. You're respecting the 236 there. That's nice, and you did a couple times, but I don't know if it's the best fib to take. I might take this high right here, 382. I don't know if I like that. I was hoping to get some more out of that, but that's okay. Whatever. Let's look at this high to low here. Mr. Hat hit me with the hard ones today, man. Being a little bit mean to me. No, it's okay. 1272 hit. This is a little bit more respected. Again, this is Bitcoin Cash versus Matic. So all this is saying is what's going to do better, Bitcoin Cash or Matic. And you can see throughout most of its existence since 2019. And I would assume that's Matic's existence, right? Let's go to Matic here. Yeah, 2019. Bitcoin Cash has been underperforming compared to Matic. But we are seeing a little bit more of a robust trend than we've seen throughout this whole chart's existence, right? And that's not saying much. It is a very short phase of time compared to everything. And it is down a lot in comparison. But again, Bitcoin Cash came out longer or earlier than Matic did, right? Matic's been chilling up here. It moved up. It's been chilling. It's consolidating, where Bitcoin Cash has been around for at least 2 years longer than this, or around there. And its whole life has been a consolidation phase. Matic itself, seeing a double bottom in its accumulation phase here. I'm all over the place, man. I know I am. I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to try to keep it more grounded. I know I'm all over the place, but just bear with me here. I'm sure not too many people are going to care about this video as much as Mr. Hat does, but we're doing this one for Mr. Hat anyway. So, and I know you can follow along with what I'm saying, right? 806 finding resistance here at the 1618 classic, right? found resistance at the 1272, came back to your 78669 area. I was literally just saying this yesterday in my altcoin analysis video that it's very common to go from your extensions down to your 69 specifically. It's the most common to go to your 100 to 886, but you do see a lot of respect on that 69, and I've actually come to find that to be more true from like a very significant point whenever you do interact with this area. If you go below your 786, you can hold the 618, you can reach the 618. That is a very normal thing to do as well. That's kind of your last line of support if you were to continue higher. But that 69, I've seen that actually being more normal than the 618 itself if you break the 786. Maybe it's a coincidence, but it's something that just keeps showing up. So anyways, moved up to your 618. It looks to me like you would see this go down. We are having a bullish or bearish engulfing candle on this month already. It would look like you come down maybe to the 1414, maybe down to the 1272, and then you continue going higher, but I would expect it does continue going higher. It could turn around from here. It's possible. Let's look at the RSI. Finding resistance at the 50. Weekly RSI itself looking a bit weak, but at the same time, you do have higher lows while maintaining lower lows. You're at a 50 area here on the weekly RSI, and dude, you actually look like you're right at a place you'd bounce on the weekly, not just on the 50, but on this ascending low formation here. Kind of interesting. Maybe we will see BCH rip compared to Matic here, right? Because Matic, that's what Matic looks like for this month. Bitcoin Cash itself, I'm going to get rid of this. Let's just pull up another window here and get the Bitcoin Cash chart on here real quick. I'll do a more in-depth analysis on BCH in a second, but not on this video. But you know, Bitcoin Cash is down 12.8% this month. Matic is up 8%, so of course we're down. But Bitcoin Cash is in a pretty nice position to actually start seeing some crazy upside. Matic also is in a nice position to do that because it did find a double bottom in this accumulation phase, this long phase of accumulation here. I would expect it to move up to its $1.25 area very soon, probably very soon, like over the months to come, potentially by the end of the year, if not early next year, but that is a 134% move up. I don't know, man. That doesn't seem like it's enough to me. Because I think Bitcoin Cash has more than that in it, man. I really do. By the end of the year, yeah, man. So this chart, actually, you might be finding support around here. I'm kind of curious. I like the weekly RSI. Daily RSI is oversold, not looking good at all. Strong, pretty damn strong. You took a quick dive down here. I wonder if you can't just come straight back out, man. This is a pretty strong reading overall. Neutral with a bullish tendency. And then this is the most weak that you've been, and all you've been able to do is get a higher low, right? I know it's a lower low than here. I know it's a lower low than these lows, but if you're looking at it on a weekly perspective, it's a higher low, absolutely, with lower lows. This is hidden bullish divergence in a consolidation phase. Everything about it would scream that you're going to move up more, actually. And you could move lower first, but let's just see. I want to do this. I don't know how well the fibs will be respected on this either. Maybe I should take it more relatively. Low to high. I mean, you're at an area where it would make sense to bounce, relatively speaking, in this consolidation zone, and definitely on the weekly. It's kind of hard to say. I'm going to look at the 4 hour. It's so hard to say. I guess in the short term, I'm not as confident as to what's going to happen, okay? If you were to go down versus Matic, right now Bitcoin Cash is worth 671 Matics, okay? One Bitcoin Cash is worth 671 Matics. If it were to go down, if Bitcoin Cash was to lose value versus Matic, we could see it go down to about 520 Matics maybe, around there, 520 to 460, somewhere in that zone, find support on previous area of resistance and then continue to move up. That makes sense to me, but you don't have to. You really don't have to. Matic itself, again, on a monthly basis, I think it looks really good. On a weekly basis, bullish divergence looking good. Hell of a week right now. I actually want to look at it on Coinbase for the volume. Not a lot of volume. You got it, and then you stop moving. You might correct here. So what's Matic going to... It's probably going to correct here. 45 cents. I think Bitcoin Cash will probably correct a little bit as well. How much would that be on a 45-cent area? So maybe it does. Maybe BCH versus Matic does lose a little bit more value over the coming days and weeks, maybe. But as it moves up, as both of these things move up out of their relative consolidation ranges, I think BCH will actually outshine Matic. From a high point to a low point here, maybe it has a little bit left in it to go up to that 382, maybe. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, okay, I think it does. I think it does. I know I'm all over the place, man, but this is kind of I've got like 3 different perspectives that I'm looking at here, right? All to surmise one perspective. I think you do have one last little rip in you, up to about 57 cents, 58 cents, and then you probably pull back down to about 47 cents. Okay, that's probably what's gonna. That's my opinion. You'll probably move up with less volume. It'll be like a little fake out and then down is what I'm thinking. Definitely lower than where you are now. Bitcoin Cash itself, I think, will move down as well, probably around that 320 to 300 area. I'm upping it a little bit. I've been saying 310 to 320, but maybe you hold 310 to 300. I'm sorry, maybe you hold 320 instead. You might not even go down to 320, man. Honestly, I'm gonna have to do a different analysis on this one. I don't want to go too in depth right now, but I mean, perhaps you hold 346. Maybe that's all you do. It's hard to say. If it only moves down to 346, then I would expect that this thing actually doesn't drop more than Matic, right? Because what I'd be calling for is a bigger drop. It might drop more in the immediate terms because I think Matic has more upside to go, where I'm not so sure Bitcoin Cash has more upside to go, relatively speaking, but time will tell. Yeah, long story short, man. Long story short, Mr. Hat. I like the chart. I don't like the chart overall in the long-term history, but I do think that it has some growing to do. This seems to be a well-respected fib right here, so I'm going to base off of that. I think that Bitcoin Cash, right now it's worth 671. By the end of the year, Bitcoin Cash could be worth 2,000 Matics. It could be worth 2,000 Matics or more, absolutely, is what I would think. And actually, if I think it's going to be worth $1,700 by the end of the year, what would I think Matic's going to be worth by the end of the year? Maybe around 70 something cents, 87 cents. Yeah, 2,000. I could see it being worth 2,000 Matics, like around this 2272. Maybe even 3,200, man. Somewhere 2272 to 2618 by the end of the year, let alone by the end of the cycle. And if we take the all-time high, which I don't know if I like that, but the all-time high to the all-time low, perhaps you're going to be worth 7,000 Matics, 12,000 Matics, 46,000 Matics by the end of this cycle. It's hard to say. Very obscure stuff. I didn't enjoy this at all. I'm sure not many people did, but hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. A real brain teaser for me, Mr. Hat. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.